Hello and welcome to my class and welcome to On Academy. My name is Saurabh Gupta and I teach English. Today, in this chapter, we are going to discuss the poem Fire and Ice. This poem has been taken from the syllabus of class 10th CBSE Course A NCERT book. So, let's discuss on this poem what Robert Frost say about the world, how this world is going to be end. Robert Frost is the poet of this poem and we will study this poem in this class. He says, someday the world will end in the fire. He says, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice, which means Robert Frost wants to say that he is curious to know whether one day will come and that day the world will be end. But how will this world is going to be end? Whether it is with fire or it is with ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Robert Frost says that I have seen so much desires in this world, and he correlates desire with fire. He says the fire means desire, and desire will be the cause of the destruction of this world. So he says if fire destructs this world, if fire ends this world, which means the desire will be the reason of the end of this world. Next, in the second stanza, he says, but if it had to perish twice, if it had to perish twice, which means again, if I see how it is going to be end, I think I know enough of hate. He says, next, to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. He says that. Again, if I think how this world is going to be end, then I will see that this world again has so much hate in this world among people, and he correlates hate with ice. Hate represents ice. Hate represents ice. So, in order to understand the destruction of this world is going to be because of hate. Is it clear? Next. So this is how we have seen in the two stanzas the reason because of which how the world is going to be end. Next. Now we will see the glossary of this poem. Perish means die, sufficient, suffice means sufficient. Suffice means sufficient. Thinking about the poem. Question number 1 is there, and then question number 2, and then question number 3. We will discuss all three questions one by one. So let's discuss the questions. Here are the questions. We will discuss one by one. Question number 1. There are many ideas about how the world will end. And do you think the world will end someday? Have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got so hot that it burst or grew colder and colder? The question says, there are many ideas. So many ideas. If we think how the world is going to be end, so many ideas burst into our mind and we think of those ideas. Then two of the many ideas that come in our mind he is talking about. He says the answer will be, the question is, yes, I believe that this world will end someday because whatever is made will end for sure being mortal. He says that whatever is produced is going to be end because everything is mortal in this world, and this world is also mortal. Mortal means which is going to be end at one day. Is it clear? Next, nobody knows, but nobody knows when it is going to be end. Whether the sun gets hot or it gets colder. Whether the sun gets gets hot or it gets colder. In both the situations, end of this world is sure. He says, in both of the situations, whether the sun gets hot or it gets cold, in both of the situations, the world is going to be end. Next, question number 2. Question number 2 says, for frost, what do fire and ice stands for? Here are some ideas. The answer is fire stands for greed, avarice, lust, conflict, and fury. And then ice stands for cruelty, intolerance, rigidity, insensitivity, coldness, indifference, and hatred. We have seen in the poem fire stands for desire. And then we have seen ice for hate or hatred. Next. This is all about this poem. Thank you.